Good evening to you, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber.
And I'm Tim Seaman. Iowa lawmakers gathering in this morning in Des Moines for the start of the 2021 legislative session.
It's already off to an interesting start as a security breach on the U.S. Capitol and pandemic weigh heavily on the minds of legislators.
Our Iowa Capitol Bureau reporter Monica Madden has a recap of day one in our top story at 6.
The most visible difference from this time last year is masks, of course. However, Republican leaders decided not to require masks for everyone inside the Capitol, which means some lawmakers will be spending more time working remotely due to COVID concerns. And notably, the pandemic is already looming over this session. Republicans hold the majority in both chambers again and promise to deliver on taxation and education, while Democrats are pushing for using some of the state's budget surplus toward pandemic relief for Iowans in need. In the Senate, Majority Leader Jack Whitver focused on looking ahead, speaking to the challenges of 2020, but making his remarks about how he plans to deliver Iowa into recovery.
That recovery plan means sticking to those same principles guiding us the last several years. It means freedom to work. It means continuing to work on tax reform and putting more money back into the pockets of Iowans. It means ensuring the best education for Iowa students in the classroom where they learn best.
However, the Senate's new minority leader, Senator Zach Walz, struck a more somber tone in his remarks, pausing for a moment of silence to remember the lives lost to COVID-19.
This is an incredibly difficult time, and while it may get worse before it gets better, there is a deep understanding across this state, across this country, that we are in this challenge together.
In the House, tense exchanges between leaders broke from the typical cordial bipartisan tone of opening day.
As an elected leader, I am disgusted at the reaction, or rather the inaction, of some and many of my Republican colleagues here in Iowa. For too long, politicians have not only enabled, but served as a willing partner in the spread of misinformation about election fraud.
Let's show Iowans and the rest of the country that we can express our disagreements passionately, unequivocally, without resorting to violence, aggression, or contempt.
And as the nation is still gripping with the U.S. Capitol riots, there was a heavier presence of law enforcement officers at the State House today as a couple hundred Iowans gathered here to protest masks and vaccines. At the State House, I'm Monica Madden reporting.
As the 2021 Iowa legislative session begins, one local lawmaker tells us that combating human trafficking will be one of the top priorities.
That is right. State Senator Jim Carlin says human trafficking has become an issue in the state of Iowa. According to a nonprofit called Polaris, the number of labor and sex trafficking reports in Iowa went up by 165 in 2020. This compared to just 98 in 2019. Carlin says the number of state employees assigned to investigate human trafficking is limited.
I'm going to make requests to add full-time employees and to internet monitoring and things like that to kind of upgrade what we have to try to get more of those kind of cases investigated and prosecuted.
KCAU 9's Lydia Vasquez spoke with a victim of human trafficking, and she'll share that story coming up tonight at 10.
Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts announcing today that his state ranks within the top 10 states for COVID-19 vaccination rates. That's according to numbers from the CDC through January 9th. Now, the state says it's administered more than 76,000 vaccines, 38,000 just last week. As vaccination efforts ramp up, Nebraska plans to launch a vaccine registration system that allows Nebraskans to determine when they could first receive the vaccine and then schedule an appointment. The system is expected to launch sometime towards the end of this month.
We acknowledge that the registration system is slightly behind schedule, but we have been working on this for quite a while and want to ensure Nebraska has a sound product so we are not having issues that like other states are seeing.
Nebraskans wanting to use that system would need to enter information such as their name and age and answer a few health questions to determine their eligibility. All information would remain confidential. Now an update on the latest COVID-19 numbers from here in Siouxland with Woodbury County Health reporting 27 new cases in the past 24 hours. There are 36 patients in local hospitals currently with COVID-related symptoms.
In Nebraska, Dakota County reports 19 new positive tests today. The county has recorded 116 cases over the past 2 weeks. And in South Dakota, Clay County reports 85 active cases. Union County reports 172 cases that are considered active. Sioux City City Council considering a proposal to put up a traffic light at the Sunnybrook Lakeport intersection. It's a busy one. During Monday's City Council meeting, Mayor Pro Tem Dan Moore says a recent traffic study by the city confirmed the need for a traffic signal there. Construction is expected to last for about a month and a half. However, city engineers say disruption of traffic would be kept to a minimum with just one lane closure on each corner. Let's check in now with meteorologist Marcus Beasley for a look at the forecast. We started off the week with a lot of sun.
Something new out there today, Marcus.
That's right, sun and warmth throughout Siouxland today. I had my winter coat on as I went outside earlier today, and I didn't need it. I just needed a light jacket because it was that nice of a day here throughout Siouxland. We had a high temperature of 42 in Sioux City, 43 in Lamar's, 42 in Yankton, and 41 in Wayne. So most of Siouxland in the lower 40s today. A little cooler in Storm Lake at 37 as well as Sheldon, but if you weren't in the lower 40s, you were at least in the upper 30s today, which is well above normal. Forecast lows tonight, they will drop down into the low 20s throughout Siouxland. We should have clear skies tonight. It does look like warmer days are ahead for tomorrow and Wednesday, and then a cool down by the end of the week. I'll have more details on all of that in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
Thanks, Marcus. A local community service organization is coming together tonight to help provide food security to Siouxland school children.
Members of the Sioux City Noon Sertoma Club gathering at the Food Bank of Siouxland, filling backpacks with sustainable and nutritional food items. The backpacks eventually will be distributed to 11 local schools and placed in students' backpacks for them to take home for the weekend. It's a program that started locally in 2006. And joining us tonight is Jacob Wanderscheid. He's the executive director of the Food Bank of Siouxland. He joins us live from that backpack event. Jacob, thanks for being here. Roughly how many different groups do you have helping with those backpacks each year?
Anywhere from 60 to 70 groups fill in for us during the course of our assembly period, which is September through May.
And we understand also that the overall request for food has been declining, so some good news there. But how has COVID-19 impacted need now?
Yeah, so in 2019 through 2020, it had been declining, but then in March, we did see that need increase anywhere from 15 to 20% per school. So we really are grateful for all the groups that come and help fill those sacks.
And we know that backpack program is just one of the programs the Food Bank of Siouxland supports. How best can someone help your total effort?
So there is two different ways that really we're looking for help. Is one, a donation of money, because again, all the product that we buy for the backpack program is funded through grants or donations, or give the office a call and find out a way to help volunteer. We do accept volunteers on a limited basis to help pack sacks or pack food boxes for people in the community.
All right, Jacob, thanks for being with us live tonight. Sertoma's just one of many groups that we know help out.
That's right. I believe you're part of one of those groups,
I am,
right?
yeah, indeed I am. Not there tonight, though, obviously.
Right.
Over the years, Sioux City has grown in population, of course, but also in business.
Noticeably so. KCAU 9 News reporter Mallory Smith joins us now in the studio to tell us about some of the new businesses that are coming to town. Mallory?
A major grocery store is opening in Sioux City this week. It will be one of the many new businesses opening in Siouxland. Floyd Boulevard is one of the current hotspots for new development. I spoke with some Siouxlanders to get their thoughts on the future. Aldi is a new grocery store set to open Friday. It's one of the many businesses coming to Sioux City.
Well, yeah, that's what you got to look forward to. I'm an older, so I'm all for it. You young people got to have a lot to do.
Good. Things are growing. Things are getting bigger. Yeah. I'm here quite a bit, so I don't notice the changes much, but I think it'll be all good.
Floyd Boulevard is one of the locations in Sioux City where growth is happening. City Council Dan Moore says the work they put in is finally starting to show.
There's just been a strong interest in the Northern Valley Crossing location. It's a great location, and it's the planning that we've done and the infrastructure that we've done has really paid off.
Over years, that location has grown to be more than just a few buildings. Dollar Tree, Aldi, Burger King, a car wash, and bank are only some additions to be made to the Northern Valley Crossing location. Moore says other areas are growing too.
There are development projects going on around the community, and those will grow, and you'll see, again, you'll see the traffic counts are up. I mean, over in Morningside, over on Sargent Road and Sunnybrook, we're looking at putting in a traffic signal instead of the stop signs, because the traffic counts are up and business is really good.
7 lots have already been sold in Northern Valley Crossing. A few still remain. And you can look forward to even more coming soon. City Councilman Moore says their long-term plan includes growing and renovating all parts of Sioux City. He says they don't want to focus on improving just one area, but the city overall. Tim and Sophie?
All right, thanks a lot, Mallory. And speaking of economic development, if you're looking for a job here in Siouxland, we do have some tools to help you out.
That's right. It's called Sioux City Jobs. Just visit our website anytime. That's SiouxlandProud.com. And then make sure to click on the Jobs tab. You'll find plenty of help right there. Well, if you or someone you know is a diabetic, that discomfort, heartburn, or nausea that you may feel, maybe something to get checked out.
We'll explain why you shouldn't ignore those kind of warning signs coming up in today's Medical Minute.
And we finally have some sunshine today. Temperatures 10 to 20 degrees above average in the next couple of days, and then colder temperatures with rain possible Thursday. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, meteorologist Marcus Beasley, and sports director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
If you're diabetic and are recently feeling any kind of discomfort, heartburn, or even nausea after you eat, you might want to go to the doctor.
With tonight's Medical Minute, here's ABC's Faith Abube.
For some, heartburn, bloating, nausea, and feeling stuffed shortly after eating may be more than just your typical big meal overload. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention describes these as symptoms of gastroparesis, or slow stomach emptying. Yes, this can be caused by other conditions, but diabetes is the most common one. In diabetics, high blood sugar levels may cause nerve damage and lead to delayed emptying of food from the stomach. Some may even experience pain, poor appetite, vomiting, dehydration, and malnutrition. According to the CDC, there's no cure, but it can be managed. Symptoms may be reduced by keeping blood sugar levels close to the target range, eating frequent and small meals, drinking plenty of water,